What's up, man? Just more of a just chatting video. I wanted to talk about something that I feel like a trait that I may have that I think a lot of people may not have, but it also brings forth not some conflict or like at least like mental thoughts that I have a lot. So I feel like I have this trait of understanding both sides of a story. Like I understand why someone would do something, and I understand why that other person would retaliate in a certain way. And I feel sometimes when I'm talking to people, they genuinely can't understand that people do what they do because that's how they do it. And I know that sounds very, very simple, but like I'm gonna put it in terms of when you go to like when you watch a football game, the reason why the other person is fighting so hard for their team is because they were brought up doing those things, or like that is how they do it. That's what they're fighting for. And the other person on the other side are fighting for the exact same reason. So how could you be one sided and be like, oh, like I don't see why they would want to listen or not want to do what I do in my life? I know that probably. So that's going to span into me thinking of like I feel that being a man means that you should have very strong opinions or have opinions that you do not deviate from. And as much as I try, like I may do a lot of social media scrolling or like at least listening to similar mindset influencers that inspire me. And sometimes they may have things that contradict each other, but it's up to me because maybe 2 3 years ago when I moved out of my parents' house, I realized that I can everything that I've been doing for most of my life isn't necessarily the most perfect way to do it. So I was very open to trying new things. Whenever I heard something new on the internet or I saw one of my like favorite influencers doing it, I wanted to try it because if they said it made their life better, I want my life to be better as well. So I never had that strong feeling of like, oh, like I grew up doing it this way, I needed to do it this way. Like I understood that life was life, a part of life is learning and doing things a better way. And simply like to be healthier, to have more clarity, to just be a better person. So I guess what I'm getting at is like, I feel that I don't have a lot of strong opinions on things, but I think that is because I can understand both sides of every situation, regardless of good or bad. Because everybody does something because they were grew up that way, or that's the only way they knew. And most people, when I have this conversation with, like, they feel like they can't understand why other people would do things differently from how they do them. But the reason you do what you do is because, once again, you were brought up that way. So you only know that way. I know this probably was a little bit just rambling, but this is something that I kind of think about a lot because I think every once in a while I try to simplify having my life together as having these very strong beliefs, and this is how you do this is how you do that, like, and every once in a while I have to remind myself that I am who I am because I like to change, I like to try new things. So I can't get caught up in trying to lock into following one thing if I'm constantly trying to evolve and become better. Hopefully this helps you out, man. I'll talk to you in another one. You love to know.